Okay, now in the fourth way, the idea is that, well, the beginning of the system and the most important practice and everything condenses to this phrase, remember yourself always and everywhere. So that's kind of simple. That's what's the practice of it. Initially, this is vague because we don't know what the self is, so we are not even clear what to do there, but we are now instructed about this being present, being attentive, and to not fall asleep in thoughts and not get identified with feelings and all of this. So then the practice is we are instructed to be present as often as possible in our life, being present, attentive. Okay? Or even this self-observation or divided attention, like as you are now aware of Mihai talking, to not be lost in it and be aware of yourself as being and aware of your environment, aware of each time when you go somewhere else. Yeah? So this is practical. Now the issue is that we forget very often. So these exercises are meant to make even more practical these efforts of being present or observing ourselves. Yeah, there's this quality of a certain level of consciousness where it's more, the forgetfulness is the default state. And we need to make a lot of jump starting to switch to making effort towards presence is the default state. And that will go later into being present. It's kind of the default state. In the school where we learned this, Peter and myself, these ideas, and even before I came to the headquarters and met the teacher in the centers, I was doing this in Romania and Bucharest, there were very good habits. The directors in the center, we had this very clear thing, like, hey, we have a monthly exercise, 1 or 2. Then, for instance, we have actually we want to recommend for the whole month of June the thing around eating. The thing around eating would be to the arching attitude, and the effort is to eat consciously, which means to really be there, not to the body to be eating. Can you hear me?
You said really.
To be very present at this activity of eating, which would mean to be not being in imagination, to taste the food, to be aware of the body, to be present there. And this being so difficult because we are used to eating unconsciously, the exercise is to interrupt the momentum, this for the whole month, to not feed another spoonful before you have chewed what is in the mouth. And whenever you catch yourself, to kind of stop it. That's a good exercise. And we recommend to do this for the whole month because one week is not enough. Okay, so in that center, we had like such a monthly exercise. Then we had the weekly exercise. Then we had ongoing exercises, ongoing. For instance, the non-expression of unpleasant emotions. That was ongoing. It's more than an exercise. It's more like a principle in the work. Then there were many ones. We had a bowl with many little pieces of paper where, let's say, and we've taught last year since we've been together, for the moving center to be, all of them there to counteract some form of sleep in that center and reminds oneself of awareness in that center. And I got it pretty early on that a very effective and honest way of fourth way work is to take on exercises for oneself. And as you get more experience, you will know your own difficulties and weaknesses. For instance, last week or so, I had this exercise for myself because there's really seemingly harmless but very strong habit to touch my beard and play with the beard, and somehow this happening automatically. I'm not aware of it. My mom tells me that, hey man, I saw your videos, you are playing a lot with your beard. So, but doing it like this, I did the variation of it to, so this is an unconscious movement, tick, and often something is happening. Or it's just, my father used to do this, whatever. But it's not a problem in itself. But to catch, to not touch it. So then I wake up when the hand goes there, or when I'm already playing with it, and then I stop for a moment. But it's not about the beard. It's about to now start to be more aware and stay more aware. These exercises of having 10 minutes of stopping thoughts, to choose consciously for 10 minutes, thoughts come, but we short circuit them and stay as just being, sensing, perceiving. That's a good exercise. Exercise, you are driving or walking somewhere, and to choose a finite, this is one of my favorite exercises, yeah? A finite, say, okay, from here till the grocery store, I'm just going to be fully present to driving or walking, not go in imagination. There's definitely this, it took a long time to build, but whenever there is a unpleasantness in my energy body or in my body, my feeling body, feeling the temperature rises, talking to my partner, or something's happening. Basically, whenever there is a turmoil, there is agitation, to initiate this witnessing and to observe it and investigate. That's a very good exercise. Meditation itself, we have the exercise of very and really, yeah? Okay. I'm new at this now. Meditation in itself, it's better to use meditation not as it's good to meditate, meditation is good for you, and I don't know what you are doing there. I mean, many people are meditating and it's suspicious. But to use meditation as an exercise that 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I pause any doings, and it's intensive time for self-observation, self-remembering. Yeah. In the playlist that I will send you, and you all know, but it's a little bit not clear what this is about. This I put there kind of all the types of fourth way exercises and more than Peter and myself devised it. It's called a toolbox of practices, fourth way non-duality. And I recommend to even, actually, I will probably, ask Nicole to kind of even write them down what it is about. And then we have them, a whole list of them, and you can just take one or play with one, the one that feels most exciting to you, the most, this is interesting. I want to play with that. So keep being active force, being proactive. You can't wait for the next meeting. You can't wait, this being proactive. It's very important.